Okay, Eddie, how you doing, buddy?
I'm alright, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so today I think I need to try and explain the difference between, firstly, the word genetics and then epigenetics. Because originally, about 2.5 years ago, we gave you a genetic test,
Yeah.
which unlocked and you discovered lots of specific genetic predispositions, whether it be how well you responded to food, your training, injury, your MSTN, the Hercules gene that you have. So you've got quite a rare variant of not having quite as much myostatin, so you put on muscle quite easily.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've moved on a bit now to epigenetics. So a genetic test will give you specific outcomes on your predispositions, which don't change.
Okay.
All humans have the same DNA. We've all got the same genes, roughly 25,000, there or thereabouts. But each gene has got a multitude of variations, so the way that it actually works and functions, okay? The way that epigenetics works, it sits above your genes and in many instances controls your genes. So the way that you train, the way that you lead your life, your stress, your sleep, will add little chemical groups onto the top of the genes called methyls, and then they basically control the gene function and they act in many instances like a mutation.
So take over your own genes, basically.
They control their function. Yeah, they will never change the predisposition. They're pretty much locked in unless you get exposed to lots of radiation.
Yeah.
But the way they function day to day will be affected by your everyday lifestyle.
Ah, okay.
Pretty much. Right, so now we'll look at Eddie's biological age. Most people are completely unaware that we actually have two ages. We've got our biological age and our chronological age, which is the exact number of years or the date put on your birth certificate. Your biological age is a slightly better representation of how your genes and your cells are actually aging, and how your lifestyle, for instance your diet and your exercise, are impacting your genes and your cells at a genetic level. Your biological age has actually come out at 30 years of age.
So from a DNA test, you can determine how old my body is looking at the DNA?
Pretty much, yeah. So what we do is that we analyse, there's lots of genes that have been studied that encode for the aging process.
Right.
So we look at the chemicals that sit on top of them, methylation points, whether they've been turned up or turned down. So it's a bit like a dimmer switch on a light.
Yeah.
You can turn the expression up and you can turn the expression down. Then we compare your genes, the methylation points, with people within your age group, and you're bang on exactly what you are. And I was quite shocked at that because I thought you'd be
higher.
50, 60, 70 years of age because you've beat yourself up
Yeah.
quite a lot, to be fair. But offsetting that, you've always been very mindful with your recovery.
Yes.
And your hot cold treatments, massages, hyperbaric chamber, you sleeping a lot during the day in between training, your recovery is as important, if not more important, than your actual training.
Would antioxidants have a big deal with this?
That's one thing. So there's been 4 main areas that have been studied for a longevity standpoint.
Yeah.
So reduction in calories,
Okay.
normally from carbohydrates.
Definitely not that.
Then we've got antioxidants that you've mentioned.
Cranberry juice.
Okay. Reducing your metabolic rate, so relaxing to your hyperbaric chamber probably would have helped with that one, as well as your other recovery things. Don't suppose you do yoga, do you?
I don't.
No, right. And then the last one would be vitamin D. Vitamin D is massively important.
So, I mean, the vitamin D, I remember a couple of years ago we had this discussion how important vitamin D was,
yeah.
and I actually went away, invested in a very good quality sunbed,
Yeah.
and I tend to have, if I'm out the country,
Yeah.
in America or Florida, I'm getting good sun, don't need it.
Yeah.
But whilst I'm in the UK, I try and have sort of 7-8 minutes a week on a good quality sunbed.
Okay.
And I think that keeps my vitamin D levels quite high.
Yeah, it will do. I mean, vitamin D is, I don't think people realise how important vitamin D is. It regulates 900 genes, so 1/24 of your whole genome.
Yes.
And then it has a knockdown effect. Now that we're coming into, and the clocks have just changed, we're not going to have any sun in the UK for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And the reason why most people seem to develop SAD and feel a little bit stressed and a little bit moody and under the weather during the winter months is that vitamin D is really important because it helps flick tryptophan, which is an amino acid in lots of foods, over into serotonin, which is the happy hormone. Without vitamin D being there, you don't flick the switch. So just from a mental health standpoint, if you just introduce vitamin D, just one vitamin,
Yes.
you should alleviate some of that a little bit.
Okay. So a vitamin D deficiency makes people quite grumpy.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah.
I mean, I think my wife's got a really bad vitamin D deficiency right now.
Okay.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
Certain times of the month it gets worse.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, a hormonal response, of course. But I think everyone between October and March, everyone needs to take vitamin D.
Right.
Unless you're going
So
well
a supplement?
Yeah, supplement's fine. You're not going to get it from your food, really.
So do you reckon like the 7 or 8 minutes on some a week?
Yeah, that should be okay.
enough?
Yeah, the amount of vitamin D you'll get from that. And again, we've got to look at specific genes and how you convert it. Because if you've got slightly lazy genes in that area, the way that vitamin D will work from the sun hits the skin and it interacts with lots of nutrients as well as cholesterol to make vitamin D3.
Yeah. From
There it moves into the liver. There's a gene there that we analyse called CYP2R1, which converts it to 1,25-hydroxy vitamin D3. From there it moves into the kidneys, into the intestine, then you absorb it.
I'll just nod my head.
So
yes.
if you've got slightly lazy genes in that area, then your conversion rate might not be great, but using a sunbed is going to be slightly better. Obviously use it sensibly.
Yes.
The skin, as much as we need the sun, as much as we need the sun, it can be very harmful if you're having too much. So just be mindful.
Right guys, thanks for watching. So like the video and subscribe to the channel, but I'll see you again soon. Big love the beast. See you later.